I'm Forest Ivey with the Smart Inspector. We do high quality home inspections for the DFW Metroplex. We started the business in December of 2018 and it got started by first buying a bunch of investment properties, paying for inspections, talking to my inspectors and realizing that I really liked the work, and I started to formulate what I thought would be the perfect inspection company in the back of my mind. December of 2018 came to fruition. It would be funny if a house would either pass or fail an inspection, but that's not how homes are graded. Homes aren't graded. There is no pass or fail. Instead, there is a list that is created, and it is up to the home buyer to decide whether or not that passes or fails their standards. The purpose of a home inspection is to do due diligence. You want to make sure that you're getting your money's worth. If you're paying for a house and you're told that it is X, Y, and Z, I go in and find out if it's X, Y, and Z or X and Y, and maybe Z's broken. Some things that home inspectors see, we see every day, and we know that they're inconsequential, but to a home buyer, they may be buying a home for the first time, or maybe the second time, first time in 20 years, and may see something small that they think is large. What a home inspector does is pretty comprehensive. It is not meant to be an exhaustive inspection, and what that means is what we do as generalists, we are jack of all trades, master of none. So we look at everything that the house has from the inspector's perspective, as opposed to hiring a plumber, a roofer, a foundation company, an electrician, a handyman maybe to look at your appliances. If you were to hire each and every one of these people, it would end up costing the home buyer a lot more, and those experts are incentivized to sell repairs. What an inspector does is takes a general look at everything and then would refer you to the so-called experts in their fields. Bare minimum, inspectors are required to look at a certain number of things. That list is designed by the state of Texas and is called our standards of practice. If you were to go beyond the standards of practice, then you can find more things about a property than we're required to find. And I think probably my favorite one is to do thermal imaging. It's not required by the state, but it takes very little time to walk a property with a thermal camera, and you can find all sorts of interesting deficiencies, including wires burning up in walls. I found slab leaks that normally you wouldn't be able to see through the slab, but a thermal camera can see hot water leaking out or cold water leaking out. Missing insulation, something you might not be able to see, but the thermal camera allows that. A lot of parts of the house that we look at when we're inspecting. The 30,000-foot view would sum it up by saying the structure, which is going to be everything from the roof ridge all the way down to the foundation. So we're on the roof. I'm personally on the roof every chance I can get, and then in the crawl space if there is one. But besides the structure, we're looking at plumbing, we're looking at HVAC, we're looking at electrical, so all the way from your panel to every outlet, from your water meter down to every faucet. And then of course we throw in appliances as well. That's part of the standards of practice. Beyond the standards of practice, what we like to look at is irrigation, different things like that. It's very comprehensive. There's a long list of items that we look at. After you've received your inspection in your email, we send our reports from the property and we review them with the client at the property. So we prefer to show the client the exact report that they will have when they finally go home. And when they go home and review, what I oftentimes hear realtors guide their clients to do is that they and their clients separately, you'll open your report, pour a glass of wine and make a list of the items that are relevant to you, they're important to you, and your realtor most likely is going to do the same. And then y'all can compare lists the next day. You'll either add or subtract from what is a concern to you that you may go back to the sellers and address those concerns. Asking a seller to fix everything in a report is not a common practice. There are times when that does happen, and I'll explain, but typically in a home inspection, you're going to receive a list of, let's say, 30 different deficiencies that were identified at the property. Of those 30, which ones are worthy of holding up a transaction for the home is up to y'all. So of the big 5 items, it's going to be anything that will keep the home from being livable. For example, a roof that doesn't keep out the elements. If you don't have a roof over your head, you don't have much of a property on your hands. Likewise, the foundation. If the foundation is out of whack, well, everything is built upon that foundation. So those are 2 of the big 5, roof and foundation. Other than that, it would be items such as electrical, because there's safety concerns as far as electrical is concerned. So if, for example, there's a risk of fire, that's a large one that you wouldn't want your family to be subject to. So that would be a third. A fourth, I would say, is plumbing. If you don't have water to drink, if you don't have flowing water, then that's going to keep you from living there comfortably, and you'll need a hotel room for the night. So you'll certainly need to address plumbing. And then here we are in Texas, number 5 for big 5 is HVAC. If you can't keep cool in Texas, then it's not going to be a good time. As a home inspector, we are akin to being your general practitioner. When you go to the doctor, they're going to give you a checkup. If you have a lung issue or a heart issue or a foot issue, then your general practitioner would guide you toward the experts in those fields for further assistance. And that's exactly what we do.